Hey, what's up everyone? My name is Anthony, and in today's video we're gonna create together the online shop using JavaScript framework Vue.js with the view routing, state management as Pinia, and we're gonna have the catalog page, the product page, and the cart page with an ability to remove products from cart. So let's get directly started. We are on the Vue.js org. We're gonna go to quick start and copy that command. If you don't know how to set up a Vue project, I will link up below the video of the setup. So now, assuming that we're already familiar with that, let's go to our terminal or command line, go to desktop. I want my project to be on desktop, and let's run the command. First of all, let's say we want it to be online shop name. We don't need TypeScript, we don't need JSX support. We do need a router, the Pinia state management. We don't need testing for now. And let's have a Pinia and ESLint for formatting. Now let's go to our online shop and npm and PMI for npm install. Meanwhile, I will open my project with the code editing tool, online shop, and while we are installing all our dependencies, I will remove everything that we don't need. So in the src, we don't need any logo, main, and other styles. Yes, we don't need any views for now. Delete. Yes, we don't need any icons and any other components. Delete everything. We're gonna delete those styles from main.js. And actually, can I zoom? Let me zoom a little bit here. We don't need this. Here is everything cool so far. And let's go to the app, zoom it a little bit, and we don't need any header. For now, we don't need any styles here. Let's delete it, everything from now. And I want to have my template on top instead. And we also don't need anything here as well, right? Perfect. So to make sure we did everything correct, let's run our application. npm run def. If you don't know how to run, you can go to package.json and you will have scripts here. And we need to run the def script. All right, so we got the URL. Let's copy it and go to the browser. We don't need Vue anymore. And let's see what we've got. Views, home. Yeah, we in the router. We don't need this anymore. And let's comment this out for now. Right. Views, where is it? And we don't need this guy as well. Now, perfect. We have our application up and running. We have component, root view. Everything is super perfect. So now let's start with creating a catalog. And actually let's go to views and new file, which will be called catalog.vue. We will have a template here. We will have a routing, sorry, not a routing, a script. And here, let's say h1 catalog. Now, to define a component and be able to reuse it, we need to import define component from Vue.js and export default define component, which will have a name, catalog view. For now, that's it. Now let's go to our router and import our catalog, and let's rename a little bit the name, and the component will be catalog. Let's check this out. Yep, perfect. Because in the app view we have router view, which will automatically put a default router, default meaning just with a like a home directory, will put automatically our component here. So now, what about the data? We're gonna use the dummy JSON, dummyjson.com, to fetch some test data. So we have an example code, and let's just prepare our catalog for fetching the data. What we will need to do, assuming that when we're landing on the catalog, we want to see all the products, we need to do it on mounted, when the component is mounted. So let's create a script now setup, and let's do the following. We want to import on mounted from Vue, and on mounted we want to do something. For now, let's just log mounted and see if it's gonna work. Let's go back, go to console. Yeah, we have it. Refresh again, we have it. Perfect. Now we need to fetch the data from the API, and for the best practices, we need to store all the kind of business logic separated from the components. For that case, in the folder stores, we have our counter, which we don't need for now at all. And we don't need this. So we need to do let's create our export default products store, we name it, will be define store, which will have a name, let's say products, and have some options. One of the options gonna be a state, which is gonna be a function, and we will have a products as an array here. Now, apart from state, we're gonna have actions. Who's familiar with Vue 2 will recognize that this is very similar, not Vue 2, with Vuex. This is very similar to Vuex structure, but we don't gonna have any mutations. And let's create an action. Let's say fetch products from DB. And we gonna now copy our API example code and just put it here. And then when it's received, we will need to say that our state, these products equals to JSON, and our products will live in the products like this. Now let's do a little bit of minor styling. Let's add a styles CSS file here, remove all the spacing, margin 0, padding 0, and I want a main to be max width, let's say 900 pixels, margin 0 auto, and let's have padding 16 pixels, and let's wrap our routing view here into the main. Right, perfect. Now let's zoom a little bit the our Pinia thingy, our catalog, our store, styles, routing. Yeah, perfect. So we've created that method. Now how to use that guy? We need to go to catalog and import. How was it? Use. First of all, let's rename actually counter, refactor, rename. Let it be products. Products, right? And we gonna import product. I don't get it. Why? unresolved variable type product store. Oh, export const, sorry. Product store from stores, and we will, let's say, const product store equals use, not the router, product store. That's it. Now, in the mounted, we want to call product store fetch, how was it? Fetch product data. That's it. Let's now see what we've done. So let's go here, let's go to network, and oh, sorry, we did it wrong a little bit. We don't need one product, we need all products. Refresh, and we have products with products and a huge list of products. Let's see what we've got in our store management. We have products, we have 30 elements. We actually can see it in the components. We have, no, we don't have, sorry. Catalog view. Here we have, let me move myself. We have a state product, so you can also see it inside the catalog, inside the component dev tool. Now, let's render our list. And let's go and create, let's remove it actually, and let's create div class products list. Then we will have div class product, which we gonna use to render our list. So we need to use v4 product in store, sorry, in product store products with the key of product ID, because we have an ID here. It's supposed to be unique. And let's, what we're gonna render? We're gonna render image, which gonna be, if you need to bind the attribute with something generic, you need to add this semicolon, sorry, column, and say product, what was it? Product thumbnail. Product thumbnail. We also wanna render, let's say, h2, which is gonna be a brand, because we have a brand, and is gonna be product brand. And we want to have two paragraphs, which will be description with the product description, and we want to have the price, which is gonna be product price, sorry, come on, price, and it is gonna be price with the dollar. Let's see what we have now. We have nothing, we have an error. Failed to reload. This could be due to syntax error importing non-existing modules. Why we don't see it? Okay, let's do it this way. Store. Right, yeah, now we have it. Perfect. We have really a lot of them, so let's apply a little bit of styling. I've prepared a little bit of styles already. I will just copy style scoped and put it here. Product list, product, yeah. And let's see what we have. Yeah, perfect, absolutely lovely. The only thing is that I want product item image to be a little bit smaller. Yeah. Super pooper. Now I also want to add cursor pointer here, and yeah, perfect. Now what I will also want to do is I want by click on the item to go to the page of the newly clicked element, and I will need to navigate to a new router with something that will allow me to understand which product to show. So let's go to the routing and create yet another guy here. So we say the path is gonna be product, but with ID. We'll have a name, I don't know, product, view, and the component will be some component for now. And let's create that component. We go to views, we create a product detail, let's say, detail.view. We're gonna create a template, h1 product details, and we gonna have a script. And first thing we need to do, we need to import define component and export default define component with the name of the product details. That's it. Let's go back to our index and import product detail and apply it to here. Super. Now let's check if it's gonna work. So we click, nothing happens obviously because we didn't handle the click. Now I want to go back to my product list and on this product add a click event. Go to product page, let's say, and let's create a function. Let's close the styles for now. We don't need also that mounted thingy. And let's say const go to product page will be a function which now we need import use router from view router, const router equals use router, and here we go, router push name. What was the name? The name was product view. And what we need to do apart from just going to the to the page, we need to pass the, let's say, ID. We need to say params will be ID, but we need to, of course, pass our ID here, product ID. We catch that ID here, and yeah, now let's try it. So we're clicking on the URL, we can see that we have that product /1. Let's go back and check another one, 5. So the ID of the product is being passed properly. So now what we want to do is that we need to somehow render that element. So let's say that we want to have const selected product will be, but it will be not just a function, but it will be a computed property because we need to compute what the product is. Compute it, but first of all, we need to get it from view. Compute it, and it will go to store products, find item, which ID equals to our ID. But of course we will need to return it first. Let's not the ID, but the we also need, yeah, since we have that ID in the URL, we will need to use root and say const root, use root, and we're gonna take it from root params ID. Right? Right. Perfect. Let's now do something with that. Oh shit. Shit. I did it. Sorry, I did it in the wrong place. Return. Yeah, I need to add it not here, but to a product. My bad. So let's make it a little bit bigger. Now we need, as we said, computed. We need, not here actually, script setup, import computed from Vue. Then we need to import product store. We need to say that const store equals product store. We also need import use root and use router from router, and let's assign it const router use router, and const root equals use root. Perfect. And we want to say that root params ID, because we have the same way as in the catalog, we push the router with the params and ID, and we need to catch it in the params as well. We don't need router, by the way, for now. Right, and now let's display our product. So I assume that we will have div class product, which will have already pre-built some classes just for to apply styles. We will have div class product image, and we will have div class product details. Perfect. Here we're gonna have an image, some image, actually not some, but selected product, thumbnail, because we remember that our image lives in a thumbnail. Here we're gonna have the paragraph with brand, let's say, and we're gonna have selected product brand. We're gonna have, we're gonna have, let's say, paragraph description with selected product description, and we have, let's say, let's make it bigger, H2 price, which gonna be selected product price. And that should be it. And let's add some styling below just to see it a little bit better. Let's refresh the page. Let's go to our view and let's click Microsoft Surface. We have some issues. Cannot read property of undefined reading thumbnail. Yep. Why? Store products, find item ID equals root params ID. Okay, first of all, let's see. Do we have a root params ID? We do have it. I have a feeling that our root params is a string, but our item ID is a number. So let's just number. It should work, right? No? Yeah, it works. Perfect. So we have our, let's see, we have selected product. Everything works just fine. Let's start. Let's do next. I want to have, first of all, a button to go back. Let's have just a dummy button back to catalog, which on click we'll do rotor. Do we have rotor? Yeah, we need use rotor. Const rotor use rotor, and we say rotor push. Extra name catalog. Is it uppercase or lowercase? Yeah, uppercase. So let's see, back to catalog. Yeah, perfect. Now, I want to have a button here in catalog. Let's say somewhere where I want to have it. Whatever, here, button, add to cart. And on click, we will have add to cart method. Let's create it. Const add to cart is a function that do something log test for now. Let's see, do we have it? Where's my button? Should I refresh? Where's my button? Product details. Oh, I'm a retard, Jesus Christ. I'm doing it again in the wrong place. As usual. So I'm trying to be as fast as possible and doing mistakes. Let's move it to our normal place. And yeah, we have a button here. I just want to have it somewhere here. No, ugly. Here. Yeah, perfect. Add to cart. And we do some logging tests. Sweet. Now we want to create a cart. So let's create a new file in views and call it cart.view. Again, it's gonna have template. By the way, there should be a plugin somewhere that would pre-create a template and script if you create a view file, but it's not for us right now. So again, import define component from view, export default define component with name cart view, and let's add it to our rotor. So we're gonna have a new element with the path cart with the name cart view, and the component will be import cart from somewhere, cart here. So now we are supposed to be, we go here and we're on cart. Yeah, awesome, perfect. Now let me zoom a little bit. So now what about the cart? Actually, what I want to do is I want to create the, create a header in the app view, and we will have div class cart items, which will have, let's say, items in cart, and it's gonna have something. And on click, we want to go rotor push name cart view. So we will need, of course, import use rotor. We will const rotor use rotor, and we also need import product store and const store equals product store, and we want to see store cart length. But of course we need to prepare it here, and in our store add cart, which is also going to be an array. Now where we are here, and let's add some pre-created styles by me, and let's see what we've got. Refresh, and we have items in cart. We click it, it goes to the cart, and on cart, let's say anyways, now so when we are adding a product to cart, we need to do something. So let's say we're gonna have a add to cart new method in our Pinia, which will say this cart push product, and product will be the payload on that method. So now we go back and we say that we want that add to cart. We need to, actually no, we don't need. We need to store add, what was it? Add to cart, product details, add to cart, and we're gonna put selected product value, don't forget it, to the cart. Now let's check this out. Let's go back, refresh, brand Apple, and we have one item. Let's see what we've got in Pinia. We have our item in the cart. Perfect. Now what we need to do, pretty much the last thing, is we need to create a cart page with the proper data. So we will have div empty cart, which will have, no, let's do it this way. It will have p empty cart and button back to catalog, and click will be something, and we will have another div, proper one. So my idea is when the empty cart, we don't display anything, and only the button back to catalog. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna create a script setup, import product, import product store, const store product store, if store cart length, no length, th, we display this, and v else we display this, right? And on click, let's actually do this way, import use router, const router use router, and we say on click router push name catalog. Let's check this out. We don't have any items, we have an empty cart. Let's just say it's gonna be h1, and style text align center, right, empty cart, go back to catalog, perfect. Now what about adding the item? Now we have one card, we don't show this empty card, so we now need to show what we have. And since there might be multiple elements in the card, let's say we're gonna have class name cart items. Here we're gonna have div class cart item, and what we need to loop through the elements in the card. So we say v4 item in store cart. We need a key item ID, and we need what we need. We need to display something. So let's say we're gonna have div class item details, for instance, and inside we're gonna have image with source is gonna be item thumbnail. We also wanna have span brand with item brand. Oops, sorry. And we wanna have also the category, I think we had it, and the price dollar. Let's make it, yeah, and it's gonna be category. And let's see what we've got. Let's go back, refresh, brand Apple, add to cart. Yeah, cool, but let's add a little bit of styles. Since it's not about CSS, I prepared styles in advance, and it's gonna look like that. Looks pretty nice. The only thing is that if I don't want to have that item anymore, I want to have a button. So let's create a button. Remove it's gonna be, and click remove from cart, and let's go and create this method. So we gonna say const remove from cart is the function, and in our state management we need to create remove. Why it is so, why this strange indentation? Yeah, okay. Remove from cart, and I wanna do something. I will probably need to pass an ID here and say that this cart filter item and item ID does not equal to ID. So we will keep only what is not equal to our ID. Let's go to cart and say store, remove from cart, and we want to pass some ID here, and since this we need to pass an ID here, so we say item ID and passing the ID into here. Right, so it should remove it now. Let's refresh, let's go back to our catalog, and let's add this guy. Let's also add, oh, we need, you know what we need? We need in our product detail a button. Why don't we have a button? Ah, yeah, we have a button. So, and let's add Apple MacBook, and let's add, from the cart, I want that button actually to be on top every time. Right, so, and let's add Phoenix. Right, so we have 3 items here. So I want to delete the MacBook. Remove. Doesn't work. Why so? Back to catalog, refresh. Okay, let's add again. Apple, add, remove. It doesn't removing. Okay, let's see. Maybe we missed something. Yeah. We are not doing anything. We're just filtering but not updating. Remove, refresh, add, remove. Perfect. Now let's add multiple. Let's add this guy. Let's add this guy, and let's add this guy. Add to cart. Now go to cart. We're already on cart. And let's remove the middle one. Tun, it's removed. This one removed. This one removed. Perfect. So we have a completely working application with the catalog, with the product detail page, with ability to add to cart, and to remove from the cart. And of course, the actual checkout is not going to happen because we're using the fake API. And when you're going to do that in the real project, you will call an API to actually create a checkout, to charge the customer and stuff like that. But this should be more than enough. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I will drop a link to the dummy JSON and the GitHub repo in the description below. Hit a like, subscribe button if you liked it, and see you in the next series. Cheers, folks. Bye-bye.